Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Moorhead Stadium for tonight's non-district contest between the Conroe High School Tigers, your home team, 1-0 coming into this game after beating Elsick 34-7 on the road last week. First home game of the 2025 season under the Friday night lights here, and the visiting team be the Alief Hastings Bears, actually the alma mater of the Conroe High head coach Cedric Hardiman, so kind of a homecoming away from home for Coach Hardiman in this matchup against his alma mater Bears. And in the first week, Hastings lost their opener of the season 14-13 to Jersey Village, so close one for Hastings in their opener. Conroe High going to look to keep it a perfect start here tonight and try and get win number 2 on the year. For Conroe High, added motivation in that district play starts next week against College Park down at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Short trek down 45, so final dress rehearsal here for the Tigers before the games count for real towards the state playoffs beginning next week in that matchup against College Park. But first things first, for Coach Hardiman and his troops here tonight, date with the Hastings Bears. Again, chance to fine-tune, work on all the things that they identified on film from last week, try to improve on all that here tonight, see if they can get everything ironed out going into district play. About 13 or so minutes away from our opening kickoff here at 7 p.m. tonight. We'll have some commercials coming up for you here in a few minutes from the district before we bring the teams out, run the hype video for your hometown Tigers, and get things going here tonight. Been a super hot day here on the north side leading up to today, so I know everyone down on the field will be very happy when that sun goes all the way down with as hot as it has been today. Players going to need to stay hydrated and protect against the cramps that you typically see this early season when they are working on their conditioning and battling against this August/now September heat that we get. So looking forward to getting my first look at Conroe here tonight in this game. Went 9-3 a year ago, obviously winning a playoff game, getting to the second round before falling to Bridgeland. And Coach Hardiman, when he met with the parents a couple of nights ago, or a week ago rather, he was really excited about the opportunity that this senior class for Conroe has to do something that I think he mentioned that basically no other football class in Conroe history has managed to do in terms of wins. So he said that was all the motivation he needed this season to get really excited. Not that he needs it anyway, being a high-energy guy that he is. So here in this game, Conroe High looking to take it to 2-0 on the year and see in the season overall if they can push it even further beyond that great year they had last year, get into double-digit wins, which would be absolutely huge for this program. So we will watch tonight and enjoy what we see.
Woodforest National Bank, where convenience meets community. With over 30 branch locations in and around Montgomery County, we're always close by to help you with your banking needs. But we're more than just a bank, we're proud supporters of our local community, dedicated to making Montgomery County a better place to live and work. Experience the difference at Woodforest National Bank. Convenient, caring, and committed to you.
Imagine you are him or her. Like them, you have a lot to manage. Houston Methodist has a lot to offer. Convenient primary care for annual upkeep, personalized orthopedics to keep you going, and a cancer center with the latest technology and treatments, all in one manageable system so you can thrive. That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it for you. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Keating Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of Conroe ISD Athletics. We're suited up to equip your team with a versatile Silverado, heavy-duty or Colorado, spacious Tahoe and Suburban, or sporty Equinox, Trax, and Trailblazer. Keating Chevrolet has a large selection of certified pre-owned. After you've left it all on the field, come pick out your next Chevrolet at Keating Chevrolet. Keating Chevrolet is pleased to partner with Conroe ISD for every game, every play, every win. Come visit us today or browse online at KeatingChevrolet.com.
Our orthopedic care is shaped around you. And you. And you. Because customizing treatments and using breakthrough techniques is how your comeback starts. Like 3D printing for ultra-precise joint replacements and providing the same specialty care as we do for the Houston Rockets. So you return sooner, stronger, better. This is orthopedic care designed for you. Memorial Hermann, advancing health, personalizing care.
And welcome back, everyone, to Moorhead Stadium. Just moments away from bringing the teams out and getting started here tonight. In a few minutes, we'll have our hype video once the Tigers are down, ready to run through their tunnel to get started here tonight. My name is Jeremy McGrail, and I'll be taking you through the play-by-play action here tonight as Conroe High looks to go 2-0 to start their season, as mentioned a couple of moments ago. Final dress rehearsal here tonight before district play begins in 13-6A next week, when Conroe will make the short trek down 45 to play College Park over at the Wood Forest Bank Stadium. But first things first here tonight against Alief Hastings, alma mater of Coach Hardiman. He's going to face off against the school that he played at and graduated from back in the day, so you know this one will be a special one for him. Hastings making their way out here onto the field just now, still waiting on the Tigers to make their walk here down the ramp to come out here tonight to get us going. Hastings barely losing their opening game of the season against Jersey Village last week, looking to get in the win column here on the road tonight. Tigers beat Elsick easily on the road last week, 34-7, so they'll be looking to maintain perfect start here tonight. Again, as soon as Conroe High makes the trip out, we will run that highlight videos. We're about just over 7 minutes away from opening kick tonight, the sun setting here, and that will be very welcome news indeed for all the players once we get going here tonight, officially in very short order. So thank you all for joining us here on this Conroe ISD Athletics stream. Those of you who are with us here early, before the action gets going, go ahead and hit that like button on the video and share it out here as we're moments away from kickoff. Bring in anybody else who may have an interest in watching this game onto our stream here tonight, and we will bring you this action play-by-play. First home look at the Conroe High Tigers here tonight, so I'm excited to get my first look at them as a team this year and see what they're looking like. I got to call the games for College Park and Caney Creek a week ago, so I've gotten to look at a couple of teams in the district. Looking forward to seeing what the Tigers look like. As I spoke about last week, I think we're going to have an excellent playoff race shaping up in 13-6A, and I fully expect Conroe High to be a big part of that, so I'll be looking for all the elements that we typically see in a playoff team in our district here tonight. Once they take action, just get a look for what the team's looking like physically, what the execution looks like early on in the season. College Park, the team I saw last week, they looked really good, so I think that's going to be a phenomenal district opener here in a week. And Conroe High definitely want to keep the momentum going as they established last week, just getting that first W on the board. Big feeling for the team on the road down at Crump Stadium in Alief. So Hastings actually connected to Elsick High School by a hallway. They do a lottery system down there in Alief where you get a letter in the mail basically that tells you which school you're going to go to. Kind of wild how that works down in Alief in southwest Houston. Bears making the long trek around to the north side here tonight to try and get their first win of the year, but Conroe High probably not going to be the most accommodating of. And that was a fun hype video there for the Tigers, again waiting the team, and here they are coming out onto the field. Conroe High Tigers ready to rock here tonight on Friday night, first home game of the season. Tigers running out. See the flag there for the Trench Kings, carried by number 75, Frederick Weidman, coming out onto the field. Widman, gotta love that. Taking pride in what you do up front. Flag runners out as well. At the national anthem here in a moment once the teams are lined up. As I mentioned a moment ago, excited to get my first look at the Tigers this season. Made a long road trip down to Alief last week, back at home now ahead of district play beginning in a week. So last chance for the teams to tune things up before the all-important district games begin. Tigers here ready to line up for the anthem, and we will come back to you in a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to the table for the major events to honor America and those who support our freedom and hold them apart. Tonight we hold the meeting presented by representatives of the Tiger County from Conroe High School. 86 to Conroe, position from left guard, protect first lieutenant Smith. Texas flag, prevent sergeant first class Williams. American flag, prevent first sergeant Williams. Right guard, prevent first lieutenant Reeves. Our national anthem will be performed by the Conroe High School. Please join me in standing for the colors next to the field. Thank you.
And with that, it is time to play some football here this evening at Moorhead Stadium. Thank all of you for joining us on the Conroe ISD Athletics live stream on YouTube. Encourage y'all to subscribe to that channel if you haven't already so you can follow along with the action all year from Conroe ISD, both venues, Moorhead Stadium and Wood Forest Bank Stadium. So captains, get ready to come out here to midfield and get us kicked off here for the evening momentarily. Your captains coming out for Conroe High. Number 4, CJ Mooring. Number 35, Ozzy Quintanilla. Number 8, Elijah Harris. And number 20, Alex Myers. And likewise for Hastings, number 7, Gerald Lee. Number 30, Stantrell Neal. Number 52, Eduardo Sanchez. This coin flip goes up.
Hastings won the toss, elected to defer. Conroe will receive. Shake hands, guys. Good luck.
So if you couldn't hear that on the stream, Hastings won the toss and deferred, so Conroe is going to receive the opening kick. Start on offense tonight, provided they can cleanly field this or they don't just go ahead and run it back. So here we go. The Tigers are going to start with the football here tonight, looking to go to 2-0 on the season as Coach Hardiman faces off against his alma mater in Hastings. So, for Conroe High, your coaching staff, Bradley Chavez, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks, Patrick Resby, defensive coordinator, and safeties, Chadrick Calloway, wide receivers, Quentin Brown, linebackers, Thomas Kellinares, wide receiver, assistant head coach, John Gandy, defensive line, Michael Williams, running backs, Jared Sanders, cornerbacks, John De La Rosa, offensive line, Matt McRobert, special teams coordinator, Tyler Condup, offensive line, Derek Brew, freshman defense and analyst, Brendan Rich, analyst, freshman offense. J.D. Hurd, freshman defense analyst. Derek Basinger, freshman offense analyst. Travis Dirk, freshman defense analyst. And Alex Morrison, freshman offense and analyst. So again, as mentioned, Conroe High back here to return to get started. Number 2, Caden Barnaby. Back with number 3, Braden Mills. The Tigers winning 34-7 down at Elsick last week at Crump. Home opener here tonight, Friday Night Lights. Here we go. Ball is kicked off high, up in the air, very returnable. Going to be caught. See if he can hit a seam. Got a Blaine up the middle. He's around to the right side. He's loose. Just the kicker to beat. Beats him easily. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, hit and pay dirt. Opening kickoff. Braylon Mills, senior. That's how you start a football game. Special teams, kickoff return for a touchdown. That'll get some people out of the seats here right away as we have a great home crowd here tonight at Moorhead Stadium as the Tigers go up 6-0 right off the bat. Huge lane opening around that right side that he was happy to run through was Mills and just turned on the jets. Only had one man to beat there, the kicker on Hill for Hastings, stepping through his attempted tackle with aplomb. So PAT try here for the Tigers. Kick is up and hit really hard and good. Number 49, Nolan Bradbury, is senior on that PAT. Plenty of leg on that one. So the offense for Conroe High will happily hold their horses here a little bit before they get going tonight. So now Conroe High would kick the ball off back to Hastings. And it will be Bradbury coming out here to send the kick away. Going to huddle and make Hastings think about what might happen when they put the ball on the tee here. Play a few mind games here, make them think they're going to come up and onside it. Now they're going to spread back out as the ball goes down. Bradbury has it teed up. Ready to send it away, which he does. Back deep, Hastings is going to receive this and try their own luck at bringing it out. Spin move hit hard at around the 17-yard line. That is how you cover a kick. Great job on kick coverage there. Underrated part of the game. Number 25, Justin Pruitt on that tackle, a senior. First contact. Hot start from the Tigers as the CHS defense will come out here to get started on down and distance duty here tonight. Let's see how they're lining up initially. Like we're going to go 4 across on the D-line against a shotgun 3 receiver formation for Hastings. Hastings will shift. Move a couple players over. Conroe High adjusts accordingly. Be inside run. Going to be stacked up by the Tigers. No gain. That was Mooring, C.J. Mooring, one of the captains in on that play. Conroe High showing 4-3 front. Mooring at the outside linebacker position. He's going to move around, I feel like. In shotgun 3 receiver set, Hastings has some confusion, so they're going to call a timeout. On 2nd and 9, they ended up getting a yard on that first down play as they'll talk it over. They were not as organized as they wanted to be with that play, so they're going to have a little conference and make sure they've got a good play on. Conroe High playing some really good defense a year ago, and I think that played a huge role in them getting the 9 wins a year ago. Opening up this season strongly last week, only giving up the 7 against Elsick. See if they can keep it to single digits or less here tonight and go into district feeling really good about themselves on this side of the ball. Shotgun 3 receiver set again for Hastings here on 2nd and 9. Gerald Lee at quarterback for the Bears. Motion across into the backfield. The receiver's going to settle in at the H-back slot. Now jet motion across the formation. A lot of movement here early from Hastings with their formation. It's going to take a deep shot. In position on the pass breakup is James Kozlowski. So alive to the threat there on the deep ball, was singled up. Had to be there with the receiver to make a play on the football. Has good length, does Kozlowski. So up against number 4, Christian Collins, a sophomore wide receiver for Hastings. In 3rd and 9, chance for Conroe to get off. Heavy pressure applied. They're going to sack Lee in the backfield. Back there on the sack, Alex Coy. And that's going to pin Hastings all the way back to their own 7-yard line. Set up about a 4th down in Alief. So they will have to punt from their own end zone, see if Conroe High elects to come after it. Got several players up showing the look like they want to maybe try and block this. High snap. They're going to play it safe, actually. Low line drive kick. Tricky one to field, but doesn't. Room around the right side, cut inside. And that's going to set up Conroe High in the red area on their first possession. Elijah Harris, a senior, on that return. Great job in the return game so far here tonight for the Tigers. Last year's game, it was a 17-6 win for Conroe down in Alief at Crump Stadium where that was played. So coming out here, first time on offense so far tonight for Conroe High. 4 wide receivers, Cameron Nunley, quarterback, the junior. Motion into and out of the backfield, going to go back to pass. Looking for the slant, has it, touchdown. 1 for 1 is Nunley. That is how you do it. Coming out, number 8, Elijah Harris on the TD catch right away. Hit the lights. Be able to see them a little bit better when it gets dark, but they are going, trust me. Cool new trick we've got this year at both stadiums after touchdowns. Really sharp throw by Nunley there to start. Got one-on-one coverage on that slant route. Good inside move by Harris. Easy pitch and catch for those two. On for the PAT, and it's good. That'll make it 14-0 Conroe High. We've got 9:50 on the first quarter clock. Second PAT true for Nolan Bradbury, the senior kicker. Once again, for anyone just joining us on the stream, welcome. Conroe High's already got 14 points on the board. My name is Jeremy McGrail, taking you through the play-by-play here on the Conroe ISD Athletics YouTube channel here tonight. So the sun is setting, the lights are coming on for the first time at home for the Tigers this evening. Final dress rehearsal here tonight ahead of the really important games next week when district play begins in 13-6A. We'll have a banger right off the bat between the Tigers and the College Park Cavaliers, who I got a first look at last week when they played Cypress Park here in this building. Bradbury going to send it away again. Nice deep kick, lands about the 5, going to be returned by the Hastings return man. Good coverage down. First contact doesn't get him, but second will. That was number 13, Christian Williams, a junior, on the return for Hastings. Tiger defense doing the job on the first possession, getting Hastings right off the field. 3 plays and out. The big sack on a third down to end that drive. Alex Coey, the junior defensive end. As Hastings comes out in their shotgun 3-wide set again here to start this play. Fake on the zone keeper is Gerald Lee. Going to try and keep it. Gains a couple. Not a whole lot of space for him. First one out of the pile there was Caden Williams for Conroe, number 7, a senior. Ozzie Quintanilla and C.J. Mooring are your 2 middle linebackers, although you'll see Mooring move around inside and outside. Very talented player. 4 receiver set now for Hastings, 2 to each side on 2nd and 8. The delay of game on Hastings Be a repeat of second down, but it's going to back them up 5 yards. Appears to be some confusion on the field. Delay of game was signaled, but the officials are conferencing. So there may have been a timeout called, but we'll see what ultimately happens. They are going to mark off the penalty yardage for delay of game after all. So that'll take it back to 2nd and 13 with 8:52 on the first quarter clock. Three wide set. Again, jet motion across the formation into the H-back slot. Hastings using a lot of shifts in motion here so far tonight, trying to window dress a bit to see if they can open something up that way. Gain a few yards there, but it's going to bring up another 3rd and long, very similar situation to the one Hastings faced on its first possession. And this is where Conroe picked up a huge sack on that first drive. See if they can do that again if Hastings elects to pass. Hastings in District 26A with fellow Southwest Houston teams. Jet motion across, back to pass. Going to throw the square in route. Receiver catches it. It's going to be close where the marker goes. It's right on the stick where the officials are coming in. Probably good enough to move the chains. It looks like it will. Hastings gets a first down conversion. It's a nice route by the receiver there for Hastings. It's found an open pocket in the defense. They dialed up a quicker pass this time from Lee to avoid the pressure. Number 24, Xavier Harmon, one of your cornerbacks here tonight. And on the other side, it's Kozlowski, number 1. Number 23, Casey Stout is your free safety. This will be a timeout on the field before we get this first down playoff. 7:21 on the first quarter clock. Been a few breaks in the action so far here tonight. If you're Hastings, you've got to be feeling slightly shell-shocked, or a lot shell-shocked by the start from Conroe. Being down 14-0 so quickly. So the Bears tried to get something together on offense here now to keep themselves in this football game before Conroe can pile too much on the board. For the 6A level, the Bears working with a very thin roster. Conroe High with more than double the amount of players suited up here tonight. 2-back with the QB, going to fake it and take it up the middle. There's space, kind of a wildcat type play. Snap to number 4, Christian Collins, a sophomore. That's going to move the chains. Found a seam up the middle to take advantage of. Getting the Tiger defense on its heels a little bit with 2 first downs so far on this drive. So they're out to the 40. Now some space to work with. Going to stay in this wildcat look. Have another timeout down on the field. Yeah, very excited about 13-6A district play starting next week. I feel like we're just going to have an excellent race to decide the 4 playoff spots this year. I expect Conroe High to be right in the thick of that. So, of course, in games like they've got here tonight, want to maintain and build on that sharpness, rather get the reps in for the players, just get all the kinks out, or as many of them out as they can here before they start the game. It's going to be a stack shotgun set. Now motioning over. Got 3 backs in the backfield. Going to hand off straight ahead. Tackled in the backfield by Coe. The senior getting it done. Tackle for loss, had the sack earlier. Bring up a 2nd and 13. The shotgun 3 receivers in the formation here for Hastings once the ball is placed and ready to go. Lee inside handoff, met up the middle by Mooring, had the first contact, and the rest of his teammates finish off the run after just a few yards gained. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Chance for the Tigers here to bow up, keep Hastings at bay after allowing a couple of first downs on this drive. Three receivers in the formation with an H-back here for Hastings. Back to pass, going to roll to the right and try and find room to pass. Out route is caught right on the stick. They're going to give him the first down. That's going to move the chains for the 3rd time on this drive. Another well-executed play for Hastings on 3rd down. It's going to move the chains. Finding a way to stay alive on this drive. Three receivers in the formation. Fake the handoff, zone keep. He's got space around the left side, does Lee. And he's going to pick up close to another first down, maybe just shy when they spot it. Gained about 9.5 yards on that play. Hastings has a rhythm going now on offense. Going to try and keep it going here. 2nd and 1. Back to pass. He's going to look over the middle, slant, broken up by number 5, Kanye Smith, senior. Second really important play on the ball we've seen so far tonight from a Tiger secondary player. Hastings pass to the line. QB sneaks straight ahead. That's going to be enough for a first down. Get just over that 40-yard line that he needed to gain. This clock's going to go over under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter as Hastings has a really nice time-consuming drive going now. Handoff up the middle. Going to scoot forward for a few yards. That was number 22 for Hastings, Matthew Onwuchuruba. Onwuchuruba staying in the game with Lee. fake, lead back to pass. Was looking for a stick route, incomplete. One hopped it. Bring up 3rd and 8. Hastings in 2-down territory here can go for it on 4th, even if they're short or don't gain any yards here. Too far to kick. Going to be in a trips shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers in the game. Motion in. Lee's going to throw to him, but he's going to be hit right away. Great play on the ball there by Smith. Kanye Smith had the pass break up a second ago. That's going to bring up 4th down. Hastings going to keep the offense on the field, you would expect. And they are not going anywhere. Conroe has to do it one more time here on 4th down. Back to pass. Going to be flushed out of the pocket. It's got to roll left. He passes it. Has a man, but is dropped. Number 2, Rashawn Jones, was the intended receiver there. Had him. Just couldn't pull it in on 4th down. So that is going to turn the ball over to Conroe. But for Hastings, get a little bit of positive momentum going on that side. For Conroe High, defense has some adjustments they'll try and make on the sideline after that. 3 first downs converted for Hastings on the drive. It took about 5 minutes off the clock, or a little over 5 minutes even. It was a long drive. So Conroe High back out onto the field with Cameron Nunley at quarterback and Alex Myers joining him in the backfield, number 20. 4 receivers, 3-by-1 shotgun. Going to motion across with Mills. Inside handoff. Going to gain maybe a yard, stacked up immediately by Hastings. Over the years, Hastings' calling card as a program has been their defense. It's what this program made its name on back in the 90s when they were kind of in their heyday, early 2000s, 90s. Be run up the middle again for Conroe. Going to go around the right side. Is Myers on the bounce? Be very close to the first down. Maybe spotted just short. Yeah, he's going to be short by a couple yards. Bring up a 3rd and 2. Nunley's going to signal in the play to the O-line. He's going to hand it off, trying to burrow ahead for the first down. Should have it. Yep, chains will move first down for the Tigers. Shotgun, 2 receivers to each side, back to pass. Nunley looking for an out route. Has it complete to the left side. Nifty move up the sideline. That is Elijah Harris on that catch and first down. Chains move once again. Talented football player making his presence felt early in this game. 3-by-1 shotgun for Nunley. Inside handoff. Back up the middle, and he's loose on the left side. 10-5. Touchdown, not going to get him. Alex Myers, senior running back, punches in the 3rd touchdown of the evening for your Conroe High Tigers. With 38 seconds to go here in the first quarter, the Tigers' quick striking ability continues here this evening. Hastings with a drive that ate up over 5 minutes before it stalled out, and Conroe High answering with just a few plays. As Nolan Bradbury comes on for the PAT. Rifles it through and good. bring the score 21-0 Conroe. First quarter nearing an end with 38 seconds remaining. Big plays working so far here for Conroe High tonight. Scoring touchdowns on a opening kick return of the ball game, and then a long pass, and now a long run with Myers for the third score. Having that quick strike ability is such an important asset for any offense to have with the way football is being played these days. Even against really good defenses, you have to be able to score about 35 plus points to give yourselves a chance when the games get really difficult into the tougher district games and, of course, the playoffs. And that big play ability is really a requirement for any team, always has been. Bradbury's going to send the ball deep again. Hastings going to field it. Some trouble getting it cleanly fielded, but it has it now. Going to try the left side. Has a little bit of space, but he's chopped down. Number one, Kozlowski on the tackle. Great play by him, getting the shoulder in there to cut down ball carrier for Hastings, who's number 8, Jalen Scott. Looked like a little window was opening for him around that left side initially before Kozlowski showed up. It's been impressive so far tonight. We'll cut away here for a moment so Conroe player can receive some attention down on the field. Once again, for anyone just joining us on the stream, welcome. We're glad to have you with us on this home opener for Conroe High Tigers here on campus at Moorhead Stadium. Getting the final tune-up in before the really big games start next week. That'll be against College Park down at Woodforest Bank Stadium for the Tigers in what I believe will be a very pivotal district game, just not only to kick things off, but in the grand scheme of things as far as the playoff race is concerned. Conroe High and College Park are two teams I expect to be in the thick of the playoff race, so that'll be a really interesting game to watch next week down at the bank. So Hastings has their offense back out onto the field after putting together a decent drive a few moments ago. In the shotgun two-back set that they've been going to here lately with an H-back, showing a power look, some movement. Delay a game on Hastings. Been struggling to get their plays off on time here tonight. Possibly a little bus lagged from the travel. Not an easy trip to make from the southwest side Houston on a Friday evening. Toss out to the left. He is in space. Off to the races is the Hastings ball carrier, number 22, Matthew Onwuchuruba, Jr. There's an option pitch there. There's the flag down around the area of the pitch. Looks like it's going to come back. Was Hastings' best play of the evening. Well executed. It's good ball handling by the quarterback. However, it's going to be erased with a holding call. Going to back it up 10 yards. So Hastings having trouble getting some fortune on their side here in the early going. Going to create first in a very long way, over 20 yards. Looks like first and 23. Shotgun 3 receiver set. Quarterback's going to try and take it himself around the right side. Manages to make a move to get the space. He's got to go out of bounds. Gains about 10 yards on that. 11 yards. Nice scramble by Jarrell Lee. Lee is a junior quarterback for the Bears. Shotgun 3 receiver set here on 2nd and 11 as the first quarter is on 1 second remaining. Motion across. Back to pass. Lee going to look for the out route. Excellent catch by the receiver, diving. Number 4, Christian Collins, a sophomore, on that catch. Going to create a 3rd and short, but we're going to flip ends of the field. That is the end of the first quarter tonight here at Moorhead. Conroe High leading 21-0 after 1. As the sun has set here, to the relief of everyone in attendance, which is a pretty full crowd on the home side that has filed in here tonight at Moorhead. Hastings has some fans as well who have braved the greater Houston area traffic. Not an easy trip at all to make, as I mentioned a moment ago, coming all the way from Alief up here. Wish all those fans from Alief and their band, drill team, and cheerleaders safe travels, and obviously their team and coaching staff. Coach Hardiman, maybe a couple of mixed emotions, at least outside of the game, because you know as a competitor he's locked in here tonight, but facing off against his alma mater here this evening, as I mentioned in pregame. Hardiman played for the Bears back in the 90s. During that program's heyday, they actually went to a state championship game in 5A Division II in 1997. They lost to Flower Mountain Marcus that year in the state championship. Sweep around the right side. Lee tries to pass it at the last moment. Intended target was Christian Collins, going to fall incomplete and bring up 4th down. Took a heavy hit as he was trying to throw that. Jersey off of the shoulder pad and all. Looks like the punt team is going to come out for Hastings. And the running back on Wucharuba out for the punt for Hastings, number 22, so have to be alive to the threat of a fake when the running back is the one who is punting. Bounces the snapback, is going to get a low liner off. It's going to take a favorable bounce for Hastings, go out at about the 30 is where that's going to be marked, so Conroe High offense going to start 70 yards away from pay dirt. Been hitting the big plays with ease so far here this evening. All of the touchdowns coming on lightning strikes for the Tigers tonight so far. See if that trend continues on this drive. Cameron Nunley back out to lead the offense. Your touchdown scorer on the last possession, Alex Myers, flanking him in the backfield again, senior. 4 receivers in the formation. Have a bunch trips look. 3-by-1. High snap. Nunley's just got to get on top of it. Ball is still loose. Nunley finally gets it. That was close to being a turnover. Nunley had to get 2 snatches at that one on the ground before that football was swarmed by a group of Hastings players. So good job by Cameron Nunley getting on that football. Going to create 2nd and 23, though, for the Tigers. Stay in a 3-by-1 shotgun. Now they're going to motion across into 2-by-2 shotgun. Back to pass Nunley. Wants it deep. Post route. Slightly overthrown. Hastings had some coverage in the area. Caden Barnaby, the intended receiver for Conroe, senior. Again, Nunley wanted a deep post there. We're showing 3rd and 23 for down and distance. So 2x2 shotgun now for Conroe. Nunley looking to the sideline for an adjusted play. Gets a clean snap, back to pass. The lefty, Nunley, moving around, trying to get space. Has a man up the sideline. It's going to be caught. Great adjustment. He is still going all the way into Hastings territory. Number 8, once again, Elijah Harris. That man again. Mr. Harris having himself a big night. And that was excellent quarterback play from Nunley. Scrambling, was trying to stay alive back there. Had some guys falling at his feet, applying pressure for Hastings. Steps around it, goes left. Harris with the presence of mind to turn his route up the sideline. They make a great connection. That's just chemistry between those two players on that play as a run on first down gains. Loses a couple of yards on that one, actually. Yeah, you can't make a play like that as QB and receiver without just knowing each other perfectly. Three by one shotgun. Nunley going to hand it up around the right side to Myers. Going to pick up better gain this time, about 5 yards. He picks up to set up a 3rd and medium to long. Be about 3rd and 8, they're going to call it. I was going to go 7. They're calling it 8 on the scoreboard. Another chance for Nunley here to try and convert a 3rd down. In the backfield with him now is Shane Patterson, the senior, number 22. Tigers rotating in the running back so far tonight. They're going to come to the sideline now and discuss it. Make sure they've got the best play on that they can. Again, in 2-down territory here. If they don't quite get there, you would expect they'll take another stab at it on 4th, but we'll see if they can get it in one play. Yeah, Coach Hardiman got excited when somebody mentioned to him that the Tigers had a shot to do something that they've never done in the history of their program, apparently, with this senior class in the last 4 years would be the winningest of all time, potentially, if the Tigers can have a season much like the one they did a year ago where they won 9 games, went to the second round of the playoffs. Coach said, when I heard that, I got all excited and motivated. He's like, that's all I needed. And I don't think he needs much to get good and fired up for an occasion. So here is the Conroe High offense, 3rd and 8, 3-by-1 shotgun for Nunley. Going to roll left. He's going to scramble and try and pick it up with his legs. He's going to have it. Going to roll across the 25-yard line. Great run and scramble by Nunley. Keep the chains moving, picking up yards in big chunks. Two-by-two shotgun set. Handoff up the middle. That's Patterson. He's going to rumble forward, roll close to another first down. Picks up 9 on that. Going to bring up 2nd and 1. Patterson coming in, giving the Tigers a power look there in the gun, as does Myers as well. Nunley's going to fake it. Quick throw out to the left. That is number 11 on the catch, Kane Moore, senior receiver. Chains will move first down to the 14-yard line. 8:30 and counting on the clock until half in the second quarter. Conroe High holding on to a 21-0 lead, looking to make it bigger. keeping the tempo up with the play call, motion across the formation, jet motion. Now he's going to reverse and go back where he came from on that. Handoff up the gut to Patterson. Hastings stacks him up, though, after no gain. So bit of window dressing there from Conroe High, bringing Braylon Mills into the middle of the field and then motioning him back out to try and confuse Hastings. The Bears were alive to it. There's Nunley 2x2 shotgun. 2nd and 10. Gonna pull it. Was looking left towards number 3, Braylon Mills. It's incomplete on slightly different pages there. Looked like perhaps an RPO. Run pass option play. Three by one shotgun here for Nunley on 3rd and 10. 7:35 on the clock, 2nd quarter. Nunley back to pass, looking right side. He's going to throw a corner out, open receiver. Can he bring it down? No, broken up. Ball just hung up a little bit too long. Intended receiver was Braylon Mills. Couldn't quite get that ball on the outside just enough on those corner routes. Your aiming point is that back pylon in the corner. So on for a field goal attempt. Nolan Bradbury, his first field goal attempt of the evening from the left hash. Be a 30-yard field goal. Good snap, good hold, good kick. That's going to extend the Tiger lead to 24-0 over Hastings. Your Tigers lead on their opening home game of the season. 7:24 to go until half. Didn't end in a touchdown, but they get the points as they've done every time they've touched the football here tonight. As mentioned earlier in the game, this is a matchup that Conroe High only scored 17 points in last year down at Crump Stadium in Alief. Thank those of you on our Conroe ISD Athletics live stream on YouTube for joining us here on a Friday night, watching the hometown Tigers. If you're liking what you're seeing so far in this football game, go ahead and hit that like button on the video. See if we can top 100 here tonight on this one. And very importantly as well, subscribe to that Conroe ISD Athletics channel so you can follow the games occurring both here at Moorhead and down the road on 45 at Woodforest Bank Stadium this season with us. Follow all the 13-6A action that's going to kick off starting next week. It's the pooch kick up to the up back for Hastings. Is going to pair catch that on the 25. Final non-district tune-ups for everyone in 13-6A across the board this weekend before it gets real next week. With as big as these districts are getting now across the state of Texas, it doesn't take us long to get into crunch time. It's like we just started and we're already just about ready to kick off 13-6A as Hastings is back in the gun here. Two receivers, a couple of H-backs. Double wing look out of the gun. Going to run it up the middle. Be stacked up after a few yards by the Conroe High defense. And off the bottom of the pile, C.J. Mooring, senior linebacker and captain, number 4. Going to hear his name a lot this season for the Tigers. Making tackles. Trips shotgun formation for Hastings. Go back to pass, faking the run, looking for a deep corner. Receiver adjusts and catches it. DB slipped a little bit, spins off the DB now. Great catch and run by number 4, the talented sophomore, Christian Collins for the Bears. Was singled up there with Kanye Smith for the Tigers. Hastings going to move fast, shotgun trips. Sweep to the left. Trying to get the corner. He does have the corner, but great tackle by number 24, Xavier Harmon. That was number 3, Alton Hayes, on that carry around the left side. Hastings doing some things to challenge this Conroe High defense here tonight. No points to show for it so far. They're trying to make something happen here ahead of halftime. Shotgun going to run up the middle. Back to Hayes, I believe. And that is Hayes who gets up after another positive yardage gain. Going to bring up 3rd and 1. Just went under 5.5 minutes remaining until half. See if Conroe High can shut the door here and keep Hastings on the goose egg going into half. Shotgun going to run it again. Hastings trying to work the ground game, but Conroe High all over that. Tackled by about 4 people. The first one there was Alex Coy. Going to back it up to a 4th and 5. Actually call it 4th and 4. Moved it up slightly ahead of where I thought they would. It's number 21, Hastings, the ball carrier there, Terry Arrington, senior, who is stacked up there with nowhere to go. So Gerald Lee, QB for the Bears, getting the signal from the sideline. This is a play here you'd love to see this Tiger defense bow up here and keep pitching this shutout. 4.5 minutes and counting to go until half. Shotgun. Delay a game on Hastings. Going to back him up 5 yards. Big penalty. Bring up 4th and 9 when that's marked off. Been about 3 or 4 delay of games for Hastings so far tonight by my count. So tonight they've been either really quick with their play or they've been really slow with it. As far as getting it in, now they're going to line up in a punt formation. Conroe High going to keep their regular defense out there just in case of shenanigans. Going to protect against that. Smart. Hastings is actually going to kick it. And that's going to go into the end zone. We're just going to be a great pitching wedge shot, actually. Going to die right there at the 7. Looked initially like it was going to carry into the end zone, but bounced at about the 1 or 2 yard line. So the Tigers be pinned deep here with 4:15 to go on the clock. Plenty of time with the way they've been moving the football here tonight. It's taking about 1.5 minutes to score touchdowns. 2 minutes maybe. So Cameron Nunley, the junior quarterback for your Tigers, back out to lead the troops. Flanked by number 20, Alex Myers, senior running back. Scored a touchdown earlier. Bunch, 4 receiver, shotgun formation, 2 to each side. Tight. Nunley's going to hand it off. Sweep left side to Myers. Going to try and pick his hole out, and does. Sticks his foot in the ground now around the left side. Impressive. Rumbles forward all the way out to the 34-yard line. That's an excellent run by Myers. Great vision and patience. He's going to get a breather after that. Much deserved. Excellent run. Really clever design to do that sweep out of that tight 2x2 shotgun formation. Just good design and then very well read by Myers on that outside zone is what that was. Just patiently awaited his hole to open, and it did, and he put his foot in the ground and got through it. 2x2 shotgun. Burst down. Pressure being applied. But good, a tough run, still up. That's what you love to see there. Just Shane Patterson. He has been in the weight room, and it shows on that run. Flexing the muscles with Bear defenders just bouncing off of him there. Patterson doing a good job coming into the game for his carries, as well as Myers. Both of those guys can run for power and have the athleticism to pick up the yards in the open field. Also, jet motion across the formation. Mills, handoff back to Patterson again, has a Bear defender draped on him right away. That was number 42. Quentin Goins, senior defensive lineman for Hastings. Bring up 3rd and 5. Not sure Patterson was able to take a step there before that gentleman was attached to his leg. Tried to run through it, couldn't quite do it. Two-by-two shotgun set for Conroe. Back to pass Nunley. Looks for the out route, complete. Out to Patterson, who's going to rumble out close to midfield. Good high percentage play to move the chains, well executed. Coming up to the 2-minute mark. Let's see if they get the snap off. We're doing 2-minute timeouts now, if you didn't know that. They want the snap, they get it. Now they're going to call it 2 minutes. 2-minute timeout. Nunley was trying to get it. Yeah, newly implemented 2-minute timeout in high school football this year. The Tigers here huddling. I don't blame them one bit, looking to get greedy here with 2 minutes. You want to be in your 2-minute offense here and show that you can quick strike and add on before halftime. These are the kind of plays in situations they'll need to be able to manage to navigate district. So a chance to work on that here tonight to get into their clock offense here now. I mean, really their base offense isn't too far off of a clock offense as they go. Things just speed up a tad. Going to be in a 4-receiver set here, 2 to each side. 2-by-2 gun. Nunley back to pass, looking deep. He's going to throw underneath it to the out route. Well executed. Number 3, Braylon Mills, accurate throw. Great hands. They made that play look way easier than it actually is to execute for both quarterback and receiver. Quarterback's got to throw that a long way. And for the receiver, always tricky when your momentum is taking you away from the quarterback on a route like the out route. Handoff to Myers, stacked up immediately, and that is Goins. Going to bring him down for a loss. It's Goins and 28. Arnold Bazan on that tackle for Hastings. Minute 25 and counting until half. Bunched 3-by-1 shotgun set for receivers. In tight to the formation. Snap. There's going to be timeout down on the field. False start, actually, on the Tigers. Didn't see that flag come in initially on the far side of the field on the Hastings sideline is where that came from. From the line judge over there. Minute 18, the clock will stop. 2nd and 17 down in distance. Three-by-one shotgun. Nunley back to pass. Looking deep. He's going to dump it underneath. Nothing open. Good catch and run by Myers. Going to get what he can, which is a nice chunky yardage. Going to bring up a 3rd and 6. As the clock continues to run, Conroe High up to the line. They're looking to the sideline for the signal. Not panicking. See if they take a shot here. I'm thinking post looks like a good play. Let's see if they try and hit a post. Blitz by Hastings is picked up by the Tigers. Going to flush Nunley to the left, however. He's going to get out of bounds smartly. Just shy of the first down, however. Bring up 4th down. 25 seconds on the clock. Conroe High has 2 timeouts remaining. Quick to the line. Myers is going to go straight ahead. He's going to get the first down, and they got to use one of those timeouts now with 20 seconds. They do. Nope, and I was fooled there, actually. They did not get the first down. Notice the defense came out, so my bad on that. I was watching the running back. So the Tigers failed to convert with points for the first time tonight. Hastings is going to get the ball first out of half in the 3rd quarter. Hastings won and deferred the opening toss. There's movement, flag down, free play for Hastings. Take a deep shot, but it's incomplete. Drew the Tigers offsides.
Offsides. Of the defense. 5-yard penalty.
As the official signals the offsides. 15 seconds. Still first down for Hastings. Conroe High protecting against the big play, of course, here. Don't give up anything cheap going into half. Four receivers in the formation for Hastings, 3-by-1 shotgun. Back to pass. Going to dump it underneath to number 2, Rashawn Jones. Going to get what he can, get out of bounds with 7 seconds on the clock. Going to set up what you would expect to be Hail Mary territory here. See what kind of arm Jarrell Lee has. Hastings 1 timeout showing on the scoreboard remaining. Motion into the backfield. Heavy pressure being applied from the top. He's going to roll away from it. 2, 1, and 0. The half is going to run out as Lee takes that out of bounds. So with that, your Conroe High Tigers going to take a 24-0 lead into the halftime locker room. Impressive home opener so far for the Tigers. They'll be on defense, or kicking the ball off, rather, when we resume after halftime. I'm going to turn up the field mic for you so you can hear the halftime performance. We will see you here in a little bit after this halftime. Enjoy. We'd like to welcome everybody back to our stream here on the Conroe ISD Athletics YouTube channel after that halftime break. Hope you enjoyed that. Teams out warming up, about a minute and a half away from getting going here in the third quarter tonight. Hastings is going to receive this opening kickoff in the third quarter as your hometown Conroe High Tigers leading 24-0 after an impressive first half on both sides of the ball. Hitting some big plays on offense, special teams, making some big sacks on defense, and most importantly, keeping Hastings blank on the scoreboard. The Bears did have a couple of decent drives they put together, some decent looks at scoring opportunities, but Conroe bowed up when they had to on those occasions to keep it at 0 on the scoreboard. So we'll see if the Tigers can keep pitching the shutout here in the second half as the Tigers run back out onto the field here, ready to start the third quarter in seconds. Official walking the ball out as the Tigers run out. Flag runners getting after it. Hastings out on their sideline. We are just about ready to resume action here tonight. Just checking on the other score in our area down at Woodforest Bank Stadium. College Park, Conroe's next opponent is leading Klein Kane 38-21 at the half in that game. Got Jackson Cochran on the call over there. Enjoyed getting a first look here at the Tigers tonight, and we'll see how they respond coming out of the locker room at halftime. Always want to go in, make your adjustments, and come out and don't have any drop in the second half, despite the fact that you're leading by a nice margin. You want to keep piling on that and play even better coming out of the locker room, show you can make adjustments. Also shows maturity as a team when you can continue to play well. Don't want to see anybody getting lax out there. Teeing the ball up for Conroe, Nolan Bradbury, the senior kicker. Converted 3 extra points in the first half and a field goal from 30 yards. So 4 for 4 on his kicks. Here we go, Hastings with 3 deep men back. Bradbury's going to pooch this one up. It's going to be fair caught. Hastings' return man has to go to ground to field that one, but manages to catch it clean. Number 15 for the Bears, Christian Simmons, a junior. With that, here is your Conroe High defense back out again. Again, Hastings managed to make a few plays, got into decent rhythm a couple of times, but they've just been snake bit by some delay of game penalties, and then the Conroe High defense bowing up when they have to. Shotgun 3 receivers to the near side here for Hastings to get started. First and 10 play. Ride the run inside, pull it. Quick throw out to the slot is complete. Nifty move by the receiver, number 4, Christian Collins. Seen him a lot here for Hastings tonight. He's going to move the chains. He's a talented sophomore. Really dynamic with the ball in his hands. He has been the most reliable option tonight for Hastings, moving the chains. Hastings moving quick, going to run to the left side this time. Conroe High is going to stack that up right away. No chance for that to get going. Look like number 35, Ozzie Quintanilla on that tackle, one of the team captains. Alton Hayes, senior running back for Hastings there. Hayes will stay in the backfield with Jarrell Lee, the junior QB, number 7. Back to pass Hastings. Be passed underneath and broken up. Applying the pressure there for Conroe, James Kozlowski, senior. Defensive back, played a Solid game overall tonight, thus far. What you have to do as a defender, finish the play, and he didn't just sit there and let the receiver catch it. He made sure he was coming through him to have a shot at breaking that up, and he did. 3rd and 10. Conroe going to bring the blitz off of both edges. QB steps up, but Quintanilla gets him down for the sack, helped by Alex Coey to finish it off, the junior. Quintanilla got the first hit there to trip him up. Coey just made sure he was down for the count. Bringing up 4th and 8, so success for the Tigers at a halftime on D. Stopping Hastings, getting them off the field, always the goal. Punt return team in now for Conroe High. Hastings' snap is dropped. He's going to have to pick it up, gets it away. He's going to take a bounce and be downed to 26-yard line. That's where possession is going to start here in the 3rd quarter for the Tigers. Junior quarterback number 12, Cameron Nunley, gets ready to come back out with the offense. Handled all the snaps in the first half. Nunley has looked sharp overall throwing the football. He's been accurate. His receivers have made some really good plays for him. They've made a couple of them. Really complicated passing catches look very easy. 3-by-1 shotgun here for Nunley coming out. Makes a couple of adjustments now. Motion into the backfield. Orbit motion going back out now. A lot of movement on that play, but Hastings is going to stop that for a big loss in the backfield. It's Alex Myers on the carry for Conroe, senior. Played well here tonight so far. He and Shane Patterson have formed a nice tandem in the backfield. As Braylon Mills is going to switch sides, 3-by-1 gun. Nunley going to try and run again, and again it is blown up in the backfield by number 5 for Hastings, Kenneth Alfonso, a junior. So Hastings coming out playing some defense. Got Conroe High moving the wrong direction. Bring up 3rd and 16. Conroe High has picked up a lot of chunk yardage. They'll need another one of those plays here now. 3-by-1 shotgun for Nunley. He wanted a curl route. The receiver fell down. The ball was intended for number 15, Jackson Taylor Jr., so Conroe High, for the first time tonight, is going to have to punt. So defense is playing well out of the locker room. Both sides. Number 47, Roberto Garcia, on to punt for the Tigers. Again, first time we've seen him tonight in punting duty. Catches, flag down. False start on Conroe. It's going to back it up 5 more yards.
False start on the offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
This ball be placed on the Tigers' 15-yard line here now. Garcia has his heels on his own goal line. Good snap. The kick is away. Going to be a line drive. See if it can take a favorable bounce. It does, but it's still going to be in Hastings territory, or in Conroe territory, rather. The Bears will start on the 45-yard line of Conroe. By far the best field position of the night for Hastings, starting in possession. Bear offense get their second crack and putting a drive together here in the third quarter. 8:53 on our clock. Two-by-one shotgun for Hastings and Lee at quarterback, junior. Looking to pass, looking deep. Now throwing over the middle, going to be incomplete. Was intended for number 18, Masood Odorinde. Hastings loaded backfield here on 2nd and 10. Fake to the running back. Going to keep it Wildcat style around the right-hand side goes number 4, Christian Collins. Getting that sophomore that Hastings appears to be trying to find any way they can to put the ball in his hands. It's easy to see why when you see the way he runs with the ball. He's going to stay in the formation here with Alton Hayes and number 22, Matthew Onwuchiruba. Pitch out. Onwuchiruba is loose going around the left side. Going to be down to the Conroe 24-yard line on the option pitch. Really nice job ball handling there by Collins. Hastings needs to do a lot more of that moving forward this season. Collins takes the handoff, keeps it. Going to be stacked up for just a yard. Handoff left side on the sweep. Onwuchiruba. Third and 9. 7 minutes and counting on the clock. Hastings going to get Lee into the game here. 3 receiver set. Jarrell Lee back at QB. Like by Onwuchiruba at running back. Back to pass, looking to the left side, throwing into one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Xavier Harmon was the man in the area for the Tigers. Pass actually went through his back. Had Harmon been able to turn around there, would have had a really good chance at an interception. As such, fourth down, obviously Bears offense going nowhere. So Lee's going to signal in the play. Go shotgun 2-by-1 formation. Hastings motion across now into trips. Going to be blown dead. Ball start against Hastings. Again, Conroe High bending but not breaking so far on defense. Let's see if they can keep that up here. Bunch 3 receiver set. Hastings back to pass. Pressure applied. Incomplete pass. Going to turn the ball over on downs back to the Tigers. Bow up when they need to. Hastings starting in great field position right around on the Conroe High 45-yard line, but they're not able to move the ball. So the score remaining, Conroe 24, Hastings love, as they say in tennis. Tiger offense coming back out. Nunley and 22, Shane Patterson, going to start at running back here on this series. Bunch 4 receiver set for the Tigers. Sweep to Patterson around the left side looking for his space. Not a whole lot there. Hastings doing a good job run D so far here in the second half. Number 5, Kenneth Alfonso, junior defensive lineman for Hastings, seems to be playing a big role in that. Got some size to him. Three by one shotgun set here for the Tigers. Going to motion across with Mills, number 3. Nunley back to pass. Looking for the out route. Ball hangs in the air. Mills was the intended receiver, but it's broken up by Hastings. Plays that Conroe was converting with relative ease in the first half. A little bit harder to come by here in the second half. Hastings, despite not having anywhere near the depth of Conroe in terms of the amount of guys that are suiting out here tonight. Showing some good energy here on defense to start the second half. 3rd and 8 for the Tigers. Chance for Nunley to convert a third down. He did a great job of that in the first half. 3 by 1. Mills going to motion across again. Back to pass. Flare out to Patterson. Going to try the left side. Gets up to the 39, but he's going to be short of the first down by 4 yards. So that's going to bring the punt team back out onto the field. So for the second time tonight, and the second time this third quarter, Roberto Garcia on the field, the senior punter for Conroe High. Good snap, good punt away, spiral kick. Favorable bounce. It's going to be fielded by the Hastings return man, and he's going to be chopped down right away. Outstanding play by the coverage unit for Conroe High, and one of the first men down there, number 34, Charles Dendy, is senior. So now Hastings going to start this possession on their own 26-yard line. 4:58 to go in the third quarter. Conroe holding on to the 24-0 lead. Won last year's game down in Alief 17-6. The Tigers did. Shotgun for Hastings. Going to try and throw it out. Harmon jumped the route. The ball's out. Conroe's going to recover. What's the call here? Conroe High wanted a fumble recovery. Some discussion going on, but it looks like Hastings offense is going to stay on the field. They're not going to get the call on that one, so that'll bring up 2nd and 5. So Xavier Harmon, the first one in the area of defending that pass. Fake on the handoff. Lee's going to keep it, but he's stacked up by a whole group of Tigers. Third and 8. After that tackle for loss by the Tigers. Back to pass for Lee. He's looking deep over the middle of the field, had a man but couldn't connect with him. The intended target was Rashawn Jones Jr. In defense there for the Tigers, Casey Stout, senior DB, playing free safety. Now the punt return team going to come out for Conroe after that third down stop. Xavier Harmon back deep to receive for Tigers. Hastings good snap that time, punt away. Going to be fielded by Harmon. He's got some room if he can get around the right side. Now he's going to come back to the left. There's a lane. Sneaks through the gap there, and he's going to be tackled around the Hastings 43-yard line. Harmon nearly making something big happen there, but good return nonetheless. Tiger offense huddling. Great field position in Hastings territory. They're going to want points on this drive. Let's see if they take a shot at it right away here and maybe try something deep. Hastings has been pretty alive to the run threat so far here in the third quarter. Let's see if Conroe mixes it up a little bit and maybe goes airborne deep on first down. Number 20, Alex Myers, flanking Nunley. Nope, they're going to hand it off, and he's going to be stacked up for a loss, 3 yards. Hastings just selling out on the backfield, and they're doing a good job getting the penetration, making tackles for loss. That's, I think, their third or fourth tackle for a loss in the second half. So Nunley's going to try and move quick, 3-by-1 shotgun. Back to pass. Going to roll left under pressure, and now he's going to hit the slide. Helmet comes off. And cooler heads prevail there. I don't think there was anything malicious in that. Nunley sliding at the end of that scramble there. Unfortunate to have the helmet get knocked off. The officials conferring about what they saw. Got 3:14 remaining on our clock here in the third quarter. Tigers still leading 24-0.
We have 2 penalties on the play. Holding, number 71 on Conroe.
So holding goes against Conroe. And then the dead ball personal foul against Hastings. So it's going to offset and be second down. Still, when we resume, as they move the ball into position, can be positioned at the Hastings 41-yard line. Coach Hardiman getting an explanation from the officials here on the Conroe sideline. So the officials will meet again. Might have been a persuasive argument from Coach Hardiman, whatever he brought up there. And after all that, the ball will stay right where it is. 2nd and 8. Up the chain gang reset to first down, actually. Waiting on the scoreboard to catch up here in the stadium. There it goes. Back to pass, Nunley. Wants to make something happen deep. Nothing open, so he's going to slide again and get hit again there at the end. Helmet stays on this time. Bring up 2nd and 7. Conroe High is going to stay with a 4-receiver package here. 3 to one side, 1 to the other, 3-by-1 gun. Nunley going to ride in the handoff to Myers, who's going to take it around the right side, be close to a first down, depending on the spot. Might be just short. Be 3rd and 1 from the looks of it. Yep. Here we go. Nunley again, 4-receiver set, 3-by-1 gun. Pulls and throws out the hitch route, this time hit immediately by the Hastings defender, number 8, Jalen Scott. Braylon Mills on the catch for the Tigers. Couldn't do anything there. Going to back up the Tigers for a 4th down. It's RPO there for Conroe. Did not quite work out the way they wanted it. 4 receivers in the formation. Back to pass, Nunley. Looking downfield again. Now he's going to go deep. He's got 2 men in the end zone. Let's see if they can come down with the ball up or grabs. It's going to be caught going out of the end zone. Flags down. What's the signal? They're going to signal touchdown. That is number 8, Elijah Harris, making a circus catch in the end zone. And the flags presumably interference. As the Conroe High players come off the field celebrating. Going up 30-0, pending this PAT by number 49, Nolan Bradbury. Again, 2 Conroe High receivers in the area where that pass was going, who had popped open, ball hanging up a little bit, and Harris having to try and go up and pick that one out of the air. He was on his back when he made that catch in the end zone. He was actually kind of rolling out of the back of the end zone when he made that catch. That's why I was unsure as to what happened there or what the signal would be based on where he was. But amazing concentration and catch by Harris. Kick up and good. So Bradbury remains perfect in kicking duties tonight. 4 extra points, 1 field goal. 31-0 now on the scoreboard for Conroe with 1:29 remaining in the 3rd quarter tonight here at Moorhead. First time under the Friday night lights at home for the Tigers. And they're having themselves a great night so far. Pitching the shutout and scoring on big plays here tonight. The ball is teed up by Bradbury. He's going to pooch it. Send it to the Hastings up back, who's going to fair catch. So Hastings is going to start this series on their own 34-yard line. Conroe High next week is going to have a short turnaround. That's actually a Thursday night game down at Wood Forest Bank Stadium against College Park next week. It's Hastings motioning across the formation in the gun. Going to run up the middle, looking for room. They don't get it. Conroe High shuts the door on defense. Tigers conditioning should be taken over right about now. Hastings giving a good effort on offense, trying to move the ball. Their best success has come on those option pitches so far for the big plays for Hastings, and they also managed to convert one or two in the air as well. False start on the offense for Hastings. Just don't quite have it all moving the same direction quite here tonight with procedure and delay of game penalties. Get one more snap here for the third quarter. Maybe a couple. Motion out of the backfield, empty set. Lee, heavy pressure being applied. He gets rid of it. Strike to his favorite target, Collins. Complete, near a first down, but going to be short by 3 yards. The official lost one of his flags there for a second. That was not thrown. Fell out of his pocket. 3rd and 2 as the third quarter clock winds down. Let's see if we get a snap off. Hastings gets it off. Run up the middle. Conroe is going to stop it short. It's going to gain no yards. And the clock is at zeros here in the third quarter, so we're going to make a short walk. Change ends here going into the fourth quarter with Conroe leading 31-0. It'll be a 4th and 2 when we resume play here in the fourth. Packed home side here tonight at Moorhead with the Conroe Tiger fans showing out in force. It's a difficult trip for a lot of folks to make last week on a Thursday night game, no less, down in Alief. Hastings returning the favor this week, traveling up from the southwest side of town. Hastings will start their journey in 26A play. Fulshire was the big team out of their district a year ago. They made a run to the third round of the playoffs before losing to Atascocita, did Fulshire. So Hastings has some strength in the district there with the likes of Fulshire, Foster, Strake Jesuit, Elsick, of course, their literal next-door neighbors. Alief Taylor. There's a snap here. Quarterback keeper. Conroe all over it. 4th down, stuff it. Right back to the Tiger offense. That's what you love to see late in the game. Flying around, making plays. Nobody slacking. I think the Tigers can smell this shutout now, and they want to make sure they keep it. Only gave up 7 in the opener against Elsick last week. A nice way to start things. With 7 allowed last week, 0 allowed this week, if they can keep Hastings blank on the board. So Nunley's going to come back out with his offense. And number 20 flanking him in the backfield, Myers, Alex Myers, senior running back. 2x2 gun, motion across with Mills. Back to pass, Nunley. Looking for the curl route, nails it. Going to pick up positive yards. It's the first down pass I was looking for. Conroe had been trying to run on early downs here this half and gotten stuffed by Hastings, but they converted that pass to Elijah Harris. senior who has been making the plays for Conroe regularly here tonight. Got themselves a great football player in number 8. 3-by-1 gun for the Tigers. Myers going to muscle his way up the middle. First down yardage. Move the chains. Nunley looking to the sideline with his teammates. Get the play. They've got it. 3-by-1 gun. One more look over to get the adjustment. Too high safety look from Hastings. Play is going to be whistled dead. The false start on Conroe, going to back up 5 yards. Be first and 15. We go 4 receiver shotgun set for Nunley. 3-by-1, back to pass. Rolling left, scrambling, going to be tackled for a loss, be about a 5-yard loss. Bear defense corrals him, not able to escape. So all right, staying in the 3-by-1 shotgun look are the Tigers. Nunley wants the snap quick. He's going to get it. Back to pass, going to set up the screen over the head of Myers. Trying to catch Hastings off guard there. Hastings actually defended that pretty well, even had he caught it. Had some defenders in the area there. Going to bring up 3rd and 19. Nunley back to pass, got a flush left again. He's going to throw it up the sideline, has one-on-one coverage, nearly had it. He's looking for his man, number 8, Elijah Harris, again, couldn't quite make the connection. It's going to be a hold in the backfield for the flag, so going to be declined. And Hastings declines as expected. That's going to bring up a 4th and 19 with 9:44 left in the game. So Conroe High is going to bring out Mr. Garcia, Roberto Garcia, senior punter, for the 3rd time this half. Didn't see him at all in the first half. He's going to see if he can get this ball killed inside the 10-yard line, if he can float it up there, pitching wedge style. Get it to check up. He kicks it. It's a beautiful spiral kick. Oh, it nails the pylon. Wow. It's going to be marked out at the 1. My goodness. What a punt. Oh, now they're going to bring it out. Initially, there was an indication that they were going to put it on the 1. Now they're going to walk it out. It's like the ball hit the pylon on a fly, so that would have been a touchback. And so they're going to spot it at the 20. But it was an outstanding effort by Garcia. Beautiful spiral punt. Angled perfectly. Just about. Shotgun going to hand it off to the inside. pick up a few yards. Number 21 for Hastings on that carry, Terry Arrington, senior. Double wing shotgun here for Hastings. Going to flip the running back. Hand it to him again. He's going to try left side. Arrington again. Going to be just short of the first down. About 8:35 remaining in the game as Hastings gets the signal from the sideline. Conroe High going to try and bow up here, force a fourth down. Two receivers in the formation. Hastings running, trying the left side, going to be tackled for a loss. Beautiful defensive play, number 43 for your Tigers, Duntavian Duckett, senior. Not having it. Gets into the backfield, shuts it down, 4th and 6, 8:08 to go in the game. And counting. And you get under 8 minutes here as the punt team's going to come on for Hastings. You'll have Harmon going back deep, Xavier Harmon, the senior. Defensive back and punt returner for the Tigers. Nearly broke a return a few moments ago. Let's see if he can get one here now. Be a line drive kick. It's going to bounce. Harmon's not going to be able to get his hands on it. Conroe High is going to start in great field position, though. Tigers going to be on their own 48 right near midfield to start this possession. And trying to see out this game. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Get ready for that quick turnaround for next Thursday's showdown against the College Park Cavaliers at Woodforest Bank Stadium. Thursday, September 11th game next week to kick off 13-6A action. 4 receivers in the game for Conroe, 2x2 shotgun. Gonna run up the middle, gain about 4 yards on that carry. Alex Myers, number 20. 4 receiver shotgun for Conroe on 2nd and 6. Myers again, gonna try the left side, gain a yard. 3rd and 5. Four receiver formation here for Nunley on 3rd and 5. Get snapped right in the handoff. Going to try left side. Good effort. Going to be a yard short of the first down, however. See if the Tigers go for it here. Try and keep this clock moving. Give their offense a chance to convert. Looks like they're going to do just that. Be tight formation. Now they're going to call a timeout and get a better play. It's a Hastings timeout, I believe. Saw a score at halftime as well. I gave you that College Park Kane score. It was College Park leading 38-21 last I looked at that one at half, and Willis was getting beat 28-6 by Klein Collins. Collins' talented football team, but a bit of a surprising result there, given how strong Willis has been lately. 13-6A, you'd expect the likes of the Woodlands, Willis, Conroe High, College Park, Grand Oaks to be at the front of the line. Here we go, hurrying up. QB sneak to Nunley. They're doing the tush push. Let's see if they can get him far enough forward. They're marking him short. They're not giving him the push. I think Hastings is going to get the ball back based on where they're standing. Nope, they're going to move the chains. They gave it to him there. It was close. Looked there for a second like they were coming in short. Thought they had the movement. 3-by-1 gun here for receivers for Nunley. Movement, he's going to have a free play here. Take a shot. He does. Going up to his favorite target, snatched out of the air. That is how you do it as a receiver. Touchdown, Elijah Harris. There goes that man again. Number 8, the senior. What a catch. Just pick that clean out of the air, but there is a flag down. Offsides on the defense.
Made contact. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And replay the down, so that actually won't count that excellent catch. So focused on the great catch, didn't see the flag coming in at the line of scrimmage. Nunley back to pass, going to throw to the flat. Myers had 2 bears on him as soon as he caught it. Only advances it about a yard. For Hastings there, Arnold Bazan, number 28, one of the ones in the area there, along with number 13, Christian Williams, I believe. Three-by-one gun here for Conroe on 2nd and 4. Coming up to the 5-minute mark remaining in tonight's game. Back to pass. Nunley's looking deep. Left sideline has his one-on-one coverage. Beautiful throw. Receiver goes up. Can't quite pull it down. That was number 8, Elijah Harris again. Looked like they were going to get it, but couldn't quite get there in the end. Had exactly what they wanted for coverage. 5:03 left in the game after that incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd and 4. Four receiver shotgun. Nunley back to pass. Shows good movement in the pocket, but he's going to be tackled eventually there by number 5 before he can get loose from Hastings. Kenneth Alfonso. He's been a force for Hastings up front tonight. He's been kind of the steady playmaker there for the Bears. The one causing the most problems for the Conroe blocking. Have Roberto Garcia on for the punt. Nearly stuck one at the 1 last time. Just barely touchback. Hit the pylon on a fly. Good snap. Backspin on the punt. It's going to hit and bounce straight up. Going to be down at the 20. So 4:11 to go in the game. That's where Hastings is going to take over. The Tigers leading at 31. Love. Take a quick break so a Conroe player can receive some attention down on the field. We thank everyone with us on the stream tonight for joining us at Conroe ISD Athletics. Again, subscribe to that channel if you haven't already done so. Like tonight's video if you're enjoying what you see from your Tigers here tonight. See if we can get up over 100 on there for this broadcast. Follow the games both here at Moorhead and at Woodforest as we move into district play starting next week when we're back in action. Once we conclude here tonight, you're going to want to follow the 13-6A action. I'm just telling you right now, it's going to be an outstanding race to the state playoffs and district championship. It's Hastings in the shotgun. First down, going to run it up the gut. Just pick up maybe a yard. It's on Wucheruba on the carry. Junior running back for Hastings, Matthew Onwucheruba. Number of juniors and sophomores contributing heavily here tonight for Hastings. Some building blocks for the future. For sure, number 4, that receiver / Wildcat quarterback of theirs, he looks to be a special talent for the Bears. Shotgun around the right side run to number 3, Alton Hayes. Going to move the ball a few yards. Going to bring up 3rd and short. 3rd and 4. Right, Hastings ready to resume here on this 3rd down. As Darrell Lee gets ready to receive his snap. Going to flip the running back now, puts him back where he was. Some confusion. Delay a game. One of several we have seen on Hastings tonight. A little bit of confusion about the positioning of the running back there, which side he was supposed to be.
Timeout. Hastings.
And ready to resume action here with Hastings on 3rd and 9. Getting into position. Conroe showing blitz. Run up the middle. Hastings is going to pop it for a 1st down. Got Conroe in a blitz there. They find the gap in it. It's Hayes rolls forward for the 1st down yardage at the end of that run. Hastings running around the left side, going to pick up some more positive yardage with Hayes. Pick up about 6. Minute 55 left in our game here tonight. Conroe High trying to hold on to the shutout. We have a 2-minute timeout here, actually. Teams go to the sideline. Tigers trying to build on what they did a year ago, winning 9 games. I believe I have in my notes here the last time Conroe had won that many games was in 2007. They won 8 games that season. So last year, really a great mark for this program. Why not do a little bit better than that this year? Let's target the 10-win mark. So I know Coach Hardiman fired up for this year, knowing what he's got and the chance that these seniors for Conroe have to make some history for this program. Running back goes up the middle for Hastings, going to be stopped short of the first down, bring up 3rd and 1. Coach Hardiman rightfully proud of the work he's been able to do in this program and for the improvement that they've shown here recently, trying to keep that momentum going. I have Timber Mill High School opening in the east part of town here in a couple of years. Run goes up the middle, going to pick up the first down for Hastings. Minute 20 and counting in the game. Timber Mill going to be a bit of a relief campus for Conroe High and take some from Caney Creek as well. Based on the zoning maps that I saw, but Timber Mill set to open in 2027. So on 1st and 10, 44 seconds and counting, here is Hastings. The snap run up the middle. They've got a little bit of space, can be tackled after 4 yards. Wish the traveling fans from Alief Band Drill Team cheerleaders, players and coaches safe drive back to the southwest side of town here tonight. The Conroe High Tigers going to move to 2-0 on the season as time runs out here in this game. See if Hastings gets a final snap off. Try and sneak in a play. They do. Going to take it up the middle again with Matthew Onwachuruba, rather. Last carry of the game, that's going to finish it. So Conroe High is going to finish with the winning margin of 31-0 here over Alief Hastings. Shutout in the second game of the year. All set now to move into district play. It gets real starting next Thursday night down at Woodforest Bank Stadium. So we hope you will join us for that game next week. Going to be excellent football being played in 13-6A. You do not want to miss that one because College Park has started out of the gate very well too. Conroe High is going to be battling them for positioning towards the top half of the district. So for Conroe ISD Athletics, I'm Jeremy McGrill. We will see you again next time. Have a good night.